Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place you come to sift through all that noise and really pull out the insights that matter.
That's the plan.
And today, we're diving into something that, well, it really hits close to home. It affects our energy, our work, our health, often without us even realizing it. Because here's a surprising thought about the future of work. It seems to be less and less about where you actually are.
Right. Less about location.
And much, much more about something really personal. Your well-being.
Exactly. That's the core.
So our focus for this deep dive is right there. Well-being in the workplace. We're exploring how designing for it isn't just some nice idea.
No, not at all.
It's actually a powerful catalyst. It transforms our environments, boosts productivity, and genuinely improves our health.
And the central question we're digging into, drawing from our source material, workplace well-being, designing for health and productivity, it's pretty timely.
What is it?
What happens when we design workplaces not just for sheer output, but for human health, deep focus, and that elusive state of flow?
Flow. That's the goal, isn't it?
Precisely. So that's our mission today. We're going to unpack how our basic understanding of work is shifting right now.
Right.
We'll look at the specific design ideas driving this, human-centered change.
Plan.
And then illustrate it with a really fascinating real-world example down in Miami. It's about seeing workplaces less as functional boxes and more as flourishing ecosystems.
Okay, let's unpack that evolution. For a lot of us, the picture of an office, historically anyway, is pretty specific.
Oh, yeah. Very specific.
Think back maybe a generation or even some places today. The source material describes offices literally built like factories.
You can picture it, can't you?
Totally. Rows of desks, fluorescent lights that hum. And this idea that productivity was just measured by hours, not outcomes. Clock in, clock out.
Presence over performance. It was efficient, maybe, but not exactly human-friendly.
Right. And maybe you, listening, have experienced that maybe earlier in your career or even now, where just being there felt like the main thing.
It's that old industrial mindset, treating people almost like parts of a machine. But what's so interesting now is how modern research and lived experience tells a completely different story.
How so?
Well, today we get that real productivity isn't just about hours logged, it's about the quality of that time. It's deeply tied to our energy, focus, creativity, and balance.
A much more sort of holistic view.
Exactly. It sees the whole person, understanding what actually makes us effective, innovative, and frankly, valuable at work.
And this leads us right to a really pivotal idea from the source material.
Which is?
The idea that well-being has become the new productivity. That's a big statement. It challenges a lot of old assumptions.
It really does. What's driving that shift, do you think, beyond just, being nicer to people?
That's a key point, because it's not just about feeling good, it's strategic. Modern science, neuroscience, organizational psychology shows our output, our innovation, our problem solving.
Right.
It's all tied to our physical, mental, and emotional state.
When people feel supported, healthy, engaged, they don't just work harder, they work smarter.
Smarter. Okay.
Better cognitive function, better decisions, more adaptability. And for businesses, that means better retention, lower healthcare costs, more creativity. It hits the bottom line.
And the source emphasizes that design plays a huge role here.
Yeah.
Bigger than we often think.
Absolutely fundamental. So for you listening, maybe take a second to think, how might this shift change your approach to work? Or even how you look at the space you're in right now?
That's a great prompt. And it leads us nicely to the how. So what does designing for well-being actually mean in practice?
Yeah, let's get practical.
It means going beyond superficial perks. You're creating places that genuinely support our human needs. Physically, mentally, emotionally.
Exactly. And the source outlines some key principles. These aren't just vague ideas, they're actionable design choices.
Okay, like what?
First up, biophilic design. Now that might sound like just adding a plant.
Yeah, I was picturing a fern.
Hey, yeah. But it's deeper. It's based on biophilia, our innate connection to nature. So when the material mentions sunlight, greenery, natural textures, it's about intentionally mimicking natural environments.
And why does that matter?
Well, studies show it lowers stress, improves focus, makes us feel more at ease, more alive. It's using our own biology to improve our experience.
Okay, leveraging our connection to nature. I like that. What else?
Then there are adaptive layouts. These aren't fixed, rigid spaces. They're versatile. They transform seamlessly.
So they can change based on the need?
Precisely. The source mentions examples like the glass box or green room spaces you can reconfigure for, say, a big brainstorm session or for quiet, focused work. That flexibility is crucial today. We do different tasks, we need different kinds of spaces.
Makes sense. One size doesn't fit all.
Definitely not. And then there's acoustic comfort. Seems simple, maybe?
But probably isn't.
Its impact is huge. The goal is creating spaces designed to reduce distractions. Think about typical open offices. The chatter, the noise.
Constant buzz.
Right, it creates this sonic overload. Our brains are constantly filtering, which is exhausting. It drains mental energy, kills focus, makes flow almost impossible.
So good acoustic design isn't just about silence.
No, it's about reducing that cognitive load, protecting the mental space we need for deep work.
That resonates. Okay, so we have nature, flexible layouts, sound. What about amenities?
Ah, yes, mindful amenities. And this goes way beyond the usual coffee machine and biscuits.
Okay.
The source gives specific examples: seed oil-free, PFAS-free catering, and wellness-driven cafes.
PFAS-free. Those are the forever chemicals, right?
Exactly. So offering PFAS-free food isn't just about healthy eating in a general sense. It's a very deliberate choice to remove potential environmental toxins from people's daily intake.
Wow. This is a deep level of care.
It is. It shows an understanding that what we eat directly impacts our energy, our thinking, our resilience. It's an investment in performance.
And here's the kicker, right? The source is really clear. These things, the nature, the layout, the acoustics, the food, they aren't perks. They're essentials.
Absolutely key distinction.
They're not just nice extras. They're foundational. They're needed for focus, for flow, because they hit those fundamental human needs.
Yeah.
That deeply personal thing we started with.
Right. They impact us physiologically.
So, listener, think again about your own space. Which of these feels most important to you? Or maybe, which one feels most missing?
Yeah, good question to ponder. And to make all this really concrete, the material points to Miami Ironside.
Ah, the Miami example.
Yeah. They're not just putting up buildings there. They say they're building an ecosystem. It's like a living lab for these human-centered design ideas.
And it's got this unique designation, right? The city's first longevity district.
It does. And that's not just marketing speak. It signals a whole philosophy about designing the environment, walkability, green space, healthy food access, social connection to actively support longer, healthier lives for the people there.
It says a lot about their intention from the get-go.
Absolutely. And inside this ecosystem, you find this really vibrant mix of people. The source says creatives, entrepreneurs, designers, and innovators work side by side.
Sounds dynamic.
And the design encourages connection. Collaboration happens organically in courtyards, studios, and cafes. Those mindful amenities become natural meeting spots. Very different from scheduled meetings in sterile rooms.
Creating a natural current for ideas. I like that.
Yeah.
What strikes me is how integrated it all seems. At Ironside, well-being isn't separate from work. It's embedded in the culture, design, and daily experience.
It's baked in, not bolted on.
Exactly. So try and picture that, you listening, walking into a place where the light, the textures, the quiet zones, even the food, it's all designed to help you focus and feel vital. How might that change how you interact, how you create, compared to a more traditional setup?
It's a powerful image. And while Ironside is this fantastic local example, the material makes sure we see the bigger picture. This isn't just happening in Miami.
Right, it's global.
This rethinking is resonating globally. Organizations everywhere are waking up to this.
And we see examples, don't we? The source mentions wellness-focused offices in Europe.
Yeah, focusing on sustainable materials, mental health.
And co-working hubs in Asia, integrating things like meditation zones, better ergonomics.
It's a widespread shift, driven by the same core insights about human performance and well-being.
Which underlines that key point again. Well-being isn't a trend, it's a necessity.
Exactly. It's not going away. It's fundamental for sustainable, innovative organizations. The evidence is just too strong.
And Miami, with Ironside leading the charge, really has a chance to sort of showcase this, to show what happens when design, community, and sustainability come together properly.
It's like a living blueprint for others, so showing it's not just theory, it's achievable.
So for you, the listener, how might these global ripples reach your shore? How might this shape work in your region, your industry, as this necessity becomes clearer? Well, we have covered a lot today, but I think it boils down to this core message, this shift.
What's that?
The future of work isn't just about where anymore, or even the hours. It's really about how it feels to work.
Yeah, how the environment supports or hinders us.
And that's a huge shift for everyone.
And when we do design for well-being, like we see at Ironside, we're really designing for possibility. Healthier people, stronger communities.
More innovative ideas.
Exactly. Creating places where people don't just show up, they actually thrive.
So let's leave you with a final thought to chew on, building on that powerful idea from the source that the future of work is well-being.
Okay.
If well-being truly is the new productivity, what's one small, actionable change you could make? Right now, in your own work environment or your routine, something inspired by our chat today that could boost your personal focus and flow.
Just one small thing.
Something you could maybe even try this week.
And if you happen to be near Miami or just curious to see it firsthand, the source suggests visiting Ironside. Check out the Longevity District, see how design really transforms the experience of work.
See how focus and flow become part of daily life there.
It's quite something. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into workplace well-being.
Thanks for listening.